Hi everybody, welcome to Crafting by the Bay. My name is JC and today I'm going to share with you my favorite DIY products, so I hope you join me. If you're seeing this part, you're probably catching the replay, so hashtag replay, let me know you stopped by. You can fast forward through this to the actual project. But when you hop on, say hello, let me know you are there. I'm just going to get my keywords set up and then share this into my free VIP group, and that is just a group where I have specials, discounts, insider information, giveaways. So you definitely want to be in there. Just type VIP into the comments for that. But I'm gonna hop over to Facebook really quick and see if I can share this. But when you hop on, say hello. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. Let's see. Yesterday it wouldn't let me share, so let's see if today, if it will. Hi Amy, hi Rada, how are you ladies doing today? I hope you're all fantastic. We're gonna do a couple projects today. I was sitting here for like ever trying to figure out what I was gonna do, and I'm not doing what I started to do. So anyway, we are gonna work with some Dollar Tree vinyl today. So I have never used this, never tried it, never used it. So we're gonna use this today on one of their tumblers. So in the patriotic section, I found red, white, and blue. So I grabbed a red one, and these were $1.25. Couldn't believe it. Hi Linda, how are you? So we're gonna ink some permanent vinyl and put it on here is what we're gonna try to do. Absolutely, it never hurts. I'm going to show you what I was going to do. I was going to do this transfer right here on some cutting boards that I got from the Dollar Tree, and I was just like, I went out to get some ribbon. Where did I go? I went out to get ribbon because then I was going to put this on the cutting board, and then I saw my B ribbon, and then I totally changed directions. But anyway, someday we'll get to that soon. So this would be a great project to take to the beach for kids. Kids could do this. This would be super fun. I have tons of these at home, but I grabbed this one from the Dollar Tree to show you guys what they had. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this white permanent vinyl, and I'm just gonna cut off a little section. It will just be easier to work with, I think, if I cut some off. Has anyone ever used the Dollar Tree vinyl? Let me know in the comments. Yesterday my comments stopped halfway through my live, so hopefully that won't happen today. I'm not sure why that happened. I don't know. We're gonna see if anyone's used their vinyl. I never have, so we're gonna see how well it works. But like I said, we're gonna do two projects, but first we are gonna start out with this one, and we are gonna fuzz these because I'm not quite sure how it's gonna go on this vinyl. So we're gonna do two of them. We're gonna do the USA. We're gonna do the USA, and I have used that one before. And so I'm just gonna put this down here. Hopefully it pulls off easy. We're gonna see. And then we are going to, I don't think that one is cut. We're gonna use a flag. Does anyone have any fun plans today? Saturday, most of you guys know, or you probably have heard me say that my husband has, well, he has an Etsy business, plus he has an eBay business. And so Saturdays he goes to the local flea market to get stuff. And then now he's at the Salvation Army. So that's where he is. And then tonight we are gonna go to a friend's house for dinner. But I woke up and I was like, I want to go live today. I don't normally go live on the weekends, but since he wasn't here and I didn't have much to do, I was like, let's do some projects. All right, so I'm fuzzing this really good because I'm putting it on this vinyl. Not quite sure how it's gonna, how well it's gonna pull off. But we're gonna see. We're actually using our ink. We're gonna use ink on this and we're gonna heat set it. So let's start. You guys are gonna be my witness to how well this works or not. So I'm gonna use Nominee ink. You guys, this is my favorite paste color and they came out with it in ink. So it's a metallic gold ink and it is permanent. I almost thought this said, not recommended for use in microwave or dishwasher. So hand wash those, I figured it's from the Dollar Tree. We're gonna use Cadet ink and then Candy Apple Red. And so remember, when you use ink, you have to wash your transfers right away because this ink is permanent. So we are gonna do the USA stamp in the Nominee. And so we're just gonna ink it on here like this was fabric. And this is permanent, but since we're doing it, and we're gonna cut it out, if it gets off the transfer, it is okay. But you want to, of course, squeegee all the extra off because we're gonna wash it. All right, sticking that in my water, cover this up. Resting today, that sounds amazing. I would love to do that. I probably will do that a little bit. And then church tomorrow and packing. Good luck unpacking. Oh gosh. We did that. We moved 2 times in 9 months and it was insane. All right, so I'm just gently pulling this off. I'm going really careful because I don't want to rip the vinyl. And then this has to be washed right away. So I'm gonna wash it really quick in my water. I have water right here. I know you guys can't see it, but I have a bin of water right here. So normally I would just take it to my sink and wash it. Don't wanna get that wet. So I'm just gonna put it on here, wipe the front and the back, and then let it air dry. So because these are silkscreen and it's not like completely cut out, you have to wash it right away so the ink does not get or dry in the silkscreen and ruin your transfer. But when you hop on, say hello, and if you would share this, I would greatly appreciate it. Comment, all the things, it helps out tremendously because for some weird reason, Facebook is not showing my stuff to anybody. If you're on the live right now, you know that we usually have double or triple this amount on and I don't know where everyone is. I don't know why they're not getting notifications. I don't know why people are not seeing this stuff, but it's very frustrating. So share, comment, heart this video. I would greatly appreciate it. All right, so I'm gonna use Cadet and we're gonna do the stars and the words. So I'm using a multi-tool. It's just a smaller squeegee. When you're working with different colors in smaller areas, it gets in there much easier than holding a big squeegee. All right, and then you want to squeegee all of this off all the time. You always squeegee off, you never leave it. I just really hope I fuzz that enough. All right, so I'm gonna cover that, and then we're gonna do Candy Apple Red. And just do each of the stripes here. So obviously this is going to, we're gonna have to heat set this. We're gonna put it on the cup, and you're gonna wanna hand wash the cup. So you could put this on if you have a Stanley, or any kind of, I know we have so many different kinds of tumblers and stuff. The Dollar Tree has a huge selection. I was surprised of different kinds of tumblers. This one was only $1.25, which I was shocked. Walmart has a good selection, especially if you don't want to use like an actual Stanley, or any of those like that. All right. Like I said, this would be a cute kind of project for a kiddo to decorate for summer. All right, gently pulling this off. We have lots of minis and other transfers, even the bee one that we're gonna use in a minute. You could absolutely use any kind of small design like that. All right, I'm gonna wash that. So here are my two vinyl pieces. They turned out really well, but I need to wash this last transfer really quick. So let me show you. I have just this bin of water. It's lukewarm water. You don't want your water to be super hot because that can melt the stick off the back or wear it off quicker. And obviously we don't want to do that because you want to be able to reuse these over and over. So we're just gonna wipe the front and the back. You can dry these with a hairdryer, or just let them air dry. I'm just gonna let them air dry upside down. All right, now we're gonna dry this with the hairdryer. I need to wipe my hands off. When you hop on, say hello so I know you are there. I would greatly appreciate it. All right, let's dry these. They need to be completely dry so we can heat set it. So our ink normally on fabric, I just let it dry overnight. Oh, I was gonna heat set that apron today. I totally forgot. The apron that we did yesterday, I need to heat set that. But this needs to be completely dry so we can heat set it, cut it out. Still a little tacky. Hi Crystal, how are you today? Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. I'm on the East Coast, so it's 2:40 here. So I know some of you, it might be 3 hours behind. This one is taking just a little bit longer to dry. So our nominee, our USA stamp is dry. This one is almost dry. And so when you want to touch it, even on fabric, just tap it, don't rub, because if it's not dry, it's going to smear all over, and you don't want it to smear, obviously, because it's permanent ink. All right, we're gonna let that dry a little more on its own. And we're gonna go on to the next project right now. So this is vinyl from the Dollar Tree, and we're putting permanent ink on there, and we're gonna cut it out and put it on our little travel mug from the Dollar Tree. So we're gonna let that dry, and we are going to move on to our second project. If you type the word BEE into the comments, you're gonna get today's supply list of everything we are using. It will take you to my DIY website. You can look around, see what we have. This is the cutting board that my husband, my little Cricut is gonna go off. He got these at an Amazon bin store. There was like a package of 12. So I just keep using these, but they are just thin, long cutting boards. And we are gonna use this transfer called Busy Bees on here. And I never keep the wrappers, but you absolutely can, because you can actually hold or hang them up if you keep the wrappers. I just store mine in bins or portfolio bags. But if you want to, you can keep it in the package and hang it up. I just have so many that the only time they get hung up are when I first get them. I hang them up, and then after the fact, I just put them in bins. All right, so we are going to fuzz this. We're gonna put the honeycomb on the top and the bottom, and this is a continual pattern. Hi Linda, thanks for sprinkling. This is a continued pattern, so if you want to keep making this pattern and connect it, you absolutely can. But we're just gonna put this, running out of room, on the bottom and the top. So I'm gonna try to, there we go. I don't want to continue the pattern, so I'm trying to get the pattern part down. All right, so if you wanted to continue this pattern, see these pieces right here, what you would do is after you would chalk all of those little pieces, when you pull this up, then you would put the piece down here, line it up with that right there. We are gonna cover that up because I am not gonna continue the pattern. I'm gonna put some down here and then some up here. Actually, I need to see. Actually, maybe I think I'm just gonna put it on the bottom. I was gonna put the pattern down here and then just put the bee in the middle. Actually, let me just put it down a little bit more so I have a little bit more room. So I'm just gonna have a few rows. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm just gonna do 4 rows. So I have a little bit more room in the middle to put the bee. All right, so then I'm gonna cover that up because I do not want to continue my pattern. All right, so I'm going to, let's see. I think I'm gonna do the honeycomb. I'm gonna do the honeycomb in Sunnyside. And this is just a light yellow. So this is chalk. So this is actual chalk in a paste form. It goes on wet, dries to a hard finish. It's smudge proof, budge proof. It's not gonna go anywhere. You can seal it if you want to. On chalkboards, you actually can remove it and reuse the chalkboards. You can reuse glass or metal. All right, so just like that. And then we're gonna gently pull it up. I love it. So look at how cool. So there is the pattern on the bottom. And then we're gonna wash it really quick because I don't want it to get all over. So always take your tape off before you wash it. It's just easier to come off if you do. So we're gonna wash it and then reuse it. You can reuse it without washing it, but I'm always afraid I'm gonna make something smear. So that is why I wash it. You guys have a million of these towels. All right, so wash the front and the back, and then we need to make sure it is completely dry so we can use it again. So I'm just gonna take a paper towel, dry the back, flip it over, dry the front. And then we do need to fuzz it again, so I'm gonna make sure it is nice and dry. All right, so when you wash it like that, it gets extra sticky, so make sure that you fuzz it again. Get off any extra little pieces of fuzz here. All right, now we're gonna put this on the top portion. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So we are gonna do 1, 2, 3. So we're gonna do 4 on the top as well. And then we're going to cover up again the continuation because we're not gonna continue our pattern. Same thing, you just chalk it, spread it all around. It is so easy and it dries super fast. So I'm just gonna squeegee off all the extra. All right, I'm just gonna stick this back on here. I will wash that when I am done. I just wanted you guys to see how you wash it and all of that. But now we are just gonna continue and we are going to put this bee in the middle. Let me cut this. Does anyone have any fun plans today? Let me know. Let me know what you're doing. Make sure you heart this video. You type the word bee, B-E-E, into the comments. You get today's supply list. My husband's Etsy link is on there. All of that fun stuff. All right, let's fuzz this. All right, so this says Bumblebee & Co. Bee Farm Local Honey made by nature, and then it's got a bee. So we're gonna put this right in the middle. And we're gonna use bright white for this one. Make sure it's all secure. this is just white chalk paste, and we are gonna chalk this. And this is in real time, you guys. So this is how fast you can chalk. So if you are going somewhere and you wanna take or make a last minute gift, you absolutely can, especially because it dries super fast. You can speed it up with the hair dryer if you need to. My favorite to make are hand towels to take to people. Let me know, do you make gifts like this for your friends if you go over to dinner or something like that? I always like to take something. Are you leaving? All right. So here, look at how pretty, I love it. Okay, we're gonna let this dry. We're gonna go back to, I just fell on the floor. We're gonna go back to our vinyl. So this is vinyl from the Dollar Tree, and we inked. So we used permanent ink on here. This one is dry. So we're gonna cut it out. So here is what we have. I think it will be easier to heat set it as a bigger piece. So let's just put it on here. We're gonna take a piece of parchment paper. What did I do with it? Right in front of me. So, thank you, ladies. So I'm gonna take a piece of parchment paper, put it over top of this, and then I'm gonna use my little Cricut. I'm actually gonna just put it on the lowest setting. I've never used this vinyl before. I don't know if it's gonna burn. So very lightly, I'm gonna go over this to heat set it. And this is gonna make it permanent, so when you wash it, it's not gonna come off. So I'm just being very careful. I don't wanna burn. Okay, so we heat set it just like that. So we're gonna leave that one, and we're gonna come back to this one, and let's dry this a little bit more. Make sure, this one was still a little tacky, which I'm surprised because usually metallics or shimmer take a little bit longer to dry. All right, we're gonna cut this one. This one still is a little tacky, so I'm gonna be a little more careful when I cut this one and heat set it. So again, parchment paper, and then I'm just gonna put it down, lift it up, put it down, because this one still is a little wet. But this heat will help dry it. So this is what makes it, permanent. So when you wash this in your sink, I would try not to like scrub this area at all. Be very gentle. Okay, so you can see it was still a little wet, so a little bit got on there. So that is definitely one reason why you need to put a piece of parchment there so it doesn't get on your heat press. So I'm just gonna cut right around this. So So here is our USA stamp. So we're gonna take it and put it on here. And I'm just gonna put one on each side. And see how easy it is to pull off the backer. All right, so this is permanent vinyl from the Dollar Tree. We're gonna see how well this holds up. So I'm just gonna use the handle and put it like sort of in the middle. So here is our USA. Look at how cool that looks. So fun. I think kids would love to do this. This would be a great one if you have a pool or you're going to the beach and you don't want to take your expensive ones. These are from the Dollar Tree, but you can also get some from Walmart has a good selection of these. This one is still a little damp, but we're gonna cut it out. All right, so here is this one, American Dream. So I'm gonna try very carefully. I'm so afraid this one is not like totally dry. And then we're gonna put this one, we're gonna line it up with the handle. Well, this one is much bigger, so we're just gonna stick it on here. I love it. All right, so here is this one. I know it's backwards, so I will take a picture and put it in the comments. American Dream. So now we have our own customized little tumbler for the summer. How cool is that? But we have so many other minis that you could do this with. So hand wash and then try not to scrub that area. But once you heat set it like we just did, it should be okay. How cool is that? Dollar Tree vinyl is what I used. Use the smooth kind. You don't want to use like the glitter or stuff like that. It will stick on your transfer probably, and it's not going to be super smooth, and so you're probably not going to get like a very crisp design on there if you use like the glitter ones. So that is that. So let's go back to this and see if this is dry. It is dry. So here is our honeybee, and we are just going to make a little bow. I'm gonna turn on my glue gun. And then I don't know where I got this. I've had it forever, so I had that. But these two came from the Dollar Tree, and I probably got them there last year. So we're just gonna make a quick little bow, messy bow. Oh, I wish I had, I don't know what I did with my buttons. It would be cute if I had some buttons. So I think I'm just gonna do maybe 2 of each one. Or I'm sorry, 4 of each one.
I'm assuming that this probably either came from Michael's or Hobby Lobby, because that is pretty much all we had in California where I was. So, but I know the B ones actually came from the Dollar Tree last year. And they might have it this year, not sure. There's just some tape on there. All right, so let's cut this one. And then we're just gonna line this all up and tie it. So we're gonna start, make sure that they are all the right way. All right, so you want to make sure your ribbon all goes the same direction. And then we're just going to tie it all together. And I'm going to see, I don't know. I might have my buttons behind me. I don't know for sure. I need to double check. If I had a yellow button or a black one, that would be super cute. All right, and then you're just gonna pull it all apart. Just pull that one right out. Let's see if I have. I remember. I don't know what I did with my buttons. Maybe I put them in with my ribbon, which is in the garage. I don't remember. All right, so I'm gonna glue this on and then I'm gonna spread it all out. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Does anyone like bead decor? It is so popular. I have seen it like in all the stores. I didn't realize how popular it was, but I should have known because pretty much everything Chalk does is pretty on trend. All right. So here is our cute little bee decor. It says Bumble & Co. Bee Farm, local honey, made by nature. How cute is that? I'm gonna find a button or something to put right there. I think that that would be super cute. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. Love it, it's so cute, so cute. And then we made this permanent vinyl with our ink, so that is permanent on there. The cup even came from the Dollar Tree. This cutting board I had, it came from an Amazon bin store, and so that's just a store where people,
they return stuff to Amazon, but somebody buys it and then they resell it in like this store. So that is so cute. I absolutely love it. But that is what I have for you guys today. If you type the word BBEE into the comments, you'll get today's supply list, and all the fun info, Etsy link, all of that kind of stuff. So thank you for joining me today. When you watch the replay, make sure you comment and you share and you heart this video. I would greatly appreciate it. Hope you guys have a great weekend, and I will see you soon. Bye.